So this video we're going to be doing more slope-intercept. Okay, so we are stating the slope and the y-intercept. So my slope-intercept equation is always y equals mx plus b. B is my y-intercept and m is my slope. Okay, so in this situation my slope is 2, my y-intercept is -1. Okay, my slope in this one is -1, so my m equals -1, because this is like a -1 in front, and my y-intercept is that +6. This doesn't have an x attached to it, so if we wanted to rewrite it, 0x plus 7, okay, because 0 times x gives me that 0, so my slope in this one is 0, and my y-intercept is 7, okay? Just remember that your y-intercept is the thing at the end, and your slope is the thing that's attached to the x. When I am stating my slope, I do not need the x attached to it. I just want to know what the number is. So just tell me the number. Okay, write in slope-intercept form if I'm giving you the slope and the y-intercept. So we still got y equals mx plus b, b being my slope, or m being my slope, sorry, and b being my y-intercept. Okay, so if I'm rewriting this, I'm going to get y equals my slope, so -2x, and then my y-intercept. So this one's y equals 3 over 2x, because the slope goes before the x, plus 0. And this last one is y equals 0x plus 4, which is the same thing as y equals 4. Okay, I want to know the equation of this line. So I'm going to try to find, sorry, this graph's a little bit harder to read. So I'm going to try to find my y-intercept. So that's my y-intercept. So y equals, we don't know our slope, so something x, and then we are at +3. So we put, because this is always where we start at, so we always want to put our y-intercept in there. Okay, now I need to find my slope. So I need to go from one point to the next. So what I'm going to do is try to find, it looks like we can use this point, so that point is 0, 3, and then it looks like it also crosses right here, which is 1, 5. Okay, so I could go see how many it rises and see how many it runs, or I can use the slope equation, so the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to solve. But if I just want to see how many rising and running, it looks like it rises 2 and runs 2. Okay, so when we go up it is positive, and when we go right it is positive. Okay, just like if we're plotting a point. So we got 2 over 2, which reduces to 1. So you could also just write it y equals x plus 3. Okay, this one, my y-intercept is at -4, so we got y equals our slope, -4. Okay, so we need to find out where it crosses another point at. And it looks like it would cross right here. So if it rises, it rises 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it rises 6, but going to the left is negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got -4. So that reduces to -3 over 2. Okay, the negative can be on the top or the bottom, but you can only have it in one spot. You can't have it in both because 2 negatives would make a positive. So my answer would be y equals -3 over 2x minus 4. Okay, so if you go up, that's positive. To the left is negative. If you would have gone down, it would have been negative. Left, it would have been negative, but right, it would have been positive. So just like graphing a point on the positives and negatives. Okay, graph y equals 3x plus 2. So if I go y equals mx plus b, b is where we begin, okay? And we always begin on the y-axis. So if I go up 2, that is where I begin. Always begin on the y-axis. And then we have to move 3 over 1, okay? We can put it over 1 because anything over 1 is still itself. So we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, to the right 1 because it is positive. So we got to go up because of positive, right because of positive, okay? We could also go down 3, 1, 2, 3, which is negative, but then we'd have to go left 1 to do that other negative so that it is still a positive slope. Okay? And we can see that this is a positive slope, so it should be increasing, which it does. Okay, so we got y equals mx plus b. So we need to begin on my y-axis at -3. Okay, and then we need to move. This is the same thing as having a 1 in front, so 1 over 1. So we're going to go up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1, okay? You could also go down 1 to the left 1, and you can see that it continues that way. Okay, it is a positive slope, so that means we have an increasing line. And please do not forget to put arrows on it. That means the line continues and continues and continues. Okay, do not forget your arrows. Okay, y equals negative 2x. Okay, so we have to have y equals mx plus b. We don't have a b, so I could add a plus 0 onto this to make it easier so that I know that I start at 0, 0 right here. Okay, then my slope is going to go down 2 to the right one, okay, because down is a negative, so then we have to go positive to keep it negative. So we got to go down 2 to the right one. We could also go up 2, which makes it positive, but we still need it to be negative, so we have to go to the left one. And we connect our points and put an arrow, okay? We see that it is a negative slope, so it should be decreasing, and it does. Okay, so if we have it in y equals mx plus b, there is no x in this, so that means we know it's 0x minus 2. Okay, so that means if we start at negative 2, we go up 0 over 0. So we could go up 0 over 1, up 0 over 2, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if we have y equals negative 2, okay, we're not going up anything, we're just going over. So it's going to look like this. Okay, you can think of it as a little cross-country skier. Okay, they're skiing and they're saying, no one ever likes cross-country skiing, so they're saying, why am I doing this? So whenever you have y equals a number, always think of your cross-country skier and it's going to be a horizontal line. Okay, that means my slope's going to be 0. It is not going to be undefined. So think of your cross-country skier, why am I doing this? Y equals a number. So then if we have x equals a number, this is going to be on my x-axis at 3, and it's going to go up or down. Okay, so in this case, we don't have a slope. Our slope is undefined, okay, because it's not in y equals mx plus b form. So in this case, you can think of your little skier, and if your skier is skiing down a cliff, that is like this, okay, that means their face, if they're falling off a cliff, they're going to probably die, okay, because that is a very vertical line, so they're going to die. So we have x's in our eyes, okay, so you can think x equals they're falling off the cliff and dying.